Well, one of the my favourite horror tropes now in the Daily Star, creepy dolls. Before we begin, let's have a look at this video.
A bit of a history, hasn't he?
He has, yes. He came to us from Texas, and back in the day they would make things like George in memory of past loved ones. The difference with George is the past loved one, George now has his glass eyes and his hair.
Whose hair and eyes?
The family member that passed over.
Really?
Yes.
That's very spooky, isn't it?
Josh, what's going on here?
That can't be the real person's eyes unless that person had two glass eyes.
They were glass.
What's the story?
The story is bargain hunt fans horrified by haunted doll with dead man's eyes and hair. This is something they used to do back in the 1930s, where they would make a wax effigy of loved ones. They started with kids,
Yes.
but also they did with adults and stuff. And this one, supposedly, people would get headaches when they were around it, and a medium said it's because he wanted his hair back. And I know the feeling!
So this is a haunted doll, basically. The spirit is in the doll, yes?
Is it, or is
Yes.
it a fantastic example of taxidermy? Well, it's not taxidermy, is it? Because
No, we haven't stuffed the dead man.
No, but it's similar. It's along the same lines, isn't it? There's a shop in Islington full of dead birds and such, and I think this would go down really well in there.
Do you find... I mean, I think the horror trope of the possessed doll, I think Child's Play, the first Chucky film, is a brilliant piece of work. And that is about a serial killer who puts his soul into a doll. So the doll is not alive, it's just simply possessed. And I think that's a wonderful idea.
Oh, well, I was just thinking I wouldn't necessarily like to have my soul, but I like the idea of me existing as a sort of wax doll. My kids can play with me, if anything happen, or my grandkids or whatever. But I'd think I'd be like a really good wax.
No, I think if you come back as a doll, you have to be a serial
No,
killer.
I would be like, hey, I'd be like the bear, you know, in Ted. I'd be I'd be really cool. And, I'd love it. I think this is a really good idea. I think that it's a shame that whole idea of these wax effigies kind of went out of fashion. I'd like to bring them back.
Yep.
Hear me, kids?
There you go.
Wax me up.